So the next movie we are talking about is Captain America: Brave New World. We are almost caught up with our MCU rewatch, and we are talking about Captain America: Brave New World. Now, um, I've only seen this movie one other time, and that is when I went to go see it in the movie theater. I haven't watched this movie since it came out in the theater. At the time, I did not hate this movie. I didn't hate it, but I definitely thought it was one of the worst MCU movies. I thought it was a bad movie. Having said that, I think me and all my fellow Marvel fans owe Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania a huge apology. I think we owe that movie a ginormous apology. Um, for saying it was the worst the MCU had to offer, and it was this and that, this and that, this and that. Well, because yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there is a worse MCU movie, and it's called Captain America: Brave New World. This movie sucks. It is horrible. It is terribly written. The dialogue is almost like, wow, who wrote this? It is. It almost makes me feel sad for Anthony Mackie because you could tell Anthony Mackie is actually legitimately trying, and he kind of deserves so much better than this. Like when they handed the shield over to Sam, I remember saying like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." There's plenty of routes, plenty of great storytelling routes they can go with this. Um, and I feel like so far they've haven't done justice to Sam Wilson's Captain America. Um, I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier was good, but then it had a weak. It just had a weak ending. And this is like I almost feel ashamed. Like I almost feel ashamed for him because I'm like, how can you even remotely sit here and tell me that this is the movie we should like? It doesn't even. First of all, it doesn't feel like a Captain America movie. It feels like an Incredible Hulk sequel. And number two, there's just things in this movie that just don't make any sense. Like the leader's plan, Samuel Stearns' plan, makes absolutely no sense, and his I mean his reasoning makes sense, but his actual plan, the actual execution of his plan, makes no sense. Because it's like, okay, you're gonna brainwash people, you're gonna brainwash somebody into trying to kill the president. Okay, if you're just gonna if you're just gonna brainwash like these five other people that are in the building, that are in the White House when this is going on, why'd you have to brainwash Isaiah Bradley? Like, and the whole subplot of Isaiah Bradley being thrown in prison again, which I think is just I think the writers just needed an excuse to put Sam on the mission. They didn't need to do it, but it just felt like, well, we don't have any other way for Sam to inject himself into the mission, so we're just gonna put Isaiah Bradley in prison. And I'm like, that first of all, it makes me feel bad for the character because it's like Homeboy was thrown in, like Homeboy in Falcon Winter Soldier talked about how he was Captain America, then he got immediately thrown in prison, and then he's gonna get thrown in prison again. You know, it's like one of those things where I'm just like what is, again, what's the thinking process here? And the thing is, like, there's no thinking process. This movie was written by about five different people, and it shows. Um, this movie was reworked in the middle of production, and it shows. It just shows that there was no sense of what the movie wanted to be. It almost has an identity crisis situation where it doesn't even know what kind of movie it wants to be. Does it want to be like Winter Soldier, where it's this hard hitting, grounded political thriller, or does it want to be a very typical generic Marvel film? I think the third act definitely becomes a typical Marvel movie, and it's like it kind of jumps that line so many times throughout the movie. Yeah, Harrison Ford's great as Thunderbolt Ross. He was a great replacement after William Hurt died, and again, Anthony Mackie's great in the movie. It's just it's just I feel like Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson just deserves better. And also, let me just also say this. Um, I'm sorry, but the new Falcon sucks. Joaquin Torres, Danny Ramirez. I believe that's the actor's name. Danny Ramirez is the actor's name. Yeah, he sucks. He's a horrible character. And this is Sam's first recruit for the Avengers. He's like, he's like, oh, I need to start the Avengers again. He doesn't go to any other person. He doesn't go to Ant Man. He can call up Ant Man. He can call up Ant Man. Like you could have had a post credit scene where the first person he goes to is Ant Man. It's like, oh hey Tic Tac, let's go start the Avengers. And Ant Man, you know what Ant Man would be like? Ant Man would be like, oh hell yeah, let's do it. No, what does he do? He goes to a guy who got shot down by a missile on his first real mission, and a guy who admits that he's paralyzed. Which, number one, if somebody is paralyzed, that same person isn't gonna say, "Oh, but I'll be okay. I'll heal up in a week." If you're paralyzed, you're paralyzed. I mean, you're not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'll be good in a week." Like it's stuff like that makes me go, "Oh my gosh," and also like Red Hulk. Let's talk about Red Hulk for a second before I end this review. Let me end by talking about Red Hulk. Red Hulk shows up in the movie. He shows up in the movie for 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Yeah, 8 minutes and 3 seconds. After years of me wanting to see Red Hulk on the big screen, we got Red Hulk for 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Yeah, this movie sucks, and I don't like it. I think it's awful, and I do think it is the worst MCU film. Period. And I highly doubt Marvel will ever make a movie as awful. Now, of course, watch Secret Wars be the biggest pile of garbage I've ever seen. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that will do it for my review, guys. Join me tomorrow, and we are going to wrap up our MCU rewatch series with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four First Steps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.